Oh, welcome to another episode of our live stream, My Journey to the Trinity. Welcome. My name is Hussein. Happy to be with you. Happy to be with me. My sign. See my sign. Jesus saves. I used to see the words Jesus saves spray painted on this hotel when I lived in Lodi. And I used to always wonder, when I was a Muslim, I'd wonder, what does that mean? What does he save from? And I wanted to know. So, hello, Abla. God bless you. Hello, Marion. Hello, Jazahand. Jazahand. God bless you all. Thank you for being with us. I just got kind of a short little thing today because I got to go to work early tomorrow. So I just thought I would do a little thing. And there's just something that has always bothered me, uh, and of course, there's lots of things that bother me. Oh, yeah. Hey, babe. Abla wants a sign like mine. Abla wants a sign like mine. The Jesus Save sign. My wife said she'll get one for you, Abla. um, all right. Well, I just got a little short thing today. Just wanted to point out something. There's a verse in the Quran. It says about Muhammad. It says, indeed, in this Quran is notification for worshiping people. And we have not sent you, Muhammad, except as a mercy to the world. So Muhammad is a mercy to the world. And we know he did so much mercy. He brought so much mercy into the world. And there's a particular story, and that's kind of what the name of my live stream, Sad Woman of the Banu Qurayza. Now, she doesn't seem sad when you just kind of look at the surface, but it is sad when let's look at the hadith. It says, no woman. Let me see if I can make this bigger here so you can see it. Okay. Okay, you guys can read it now. It's, see in Arabic means terror. Ila rahma. Oh, you know what? I actually do have it in Arabic. Let me just rahma, rahma. Maybe it meant lahma. أرسلنا إلى اللحمة للعالمين. Lahma means meat, but it also means slaughter. So, so this is a very strange story. The Banu Qurayza story is where Muhammad went and had the whole tribe of Jews. There's three tribes of Jews in Medina: the Banu Kainuka, the Banu Nadir, and the Banu Qurayza. And Muhammad had the first two exiled. He kicked them out of Medina, even though they were the ones that built Medina, and they're the ones who made it into the prosperous city that it was, and farming and everything like that. And they were very good farmers, and date palms, and so he had them exiled. Exile meaning he kicked them out. Okay, he kicked them out. And but there was one tribe, the Banu Qurayza, and they were not so fortunate to be exiled. They were genocided, and they were all of the men were killed of the Banu Qurayza. Muhammad made a trench and uh, had them all beheaded, and he was actively doing the beheading himself as well. Um, and so while he was embarked upon this great mercy to the world, um, as he was embarked on this great display of his mercy to the world, um, there was this woman, and it says, let's just read this together. No woman of the Banu Qurayza was killed except one. She was with me. Now, this is Aisha talking. So Aisha was there watching the Banu Qurayza slaughter. Wow. What does that do? Kind of curious. Let me see. 627. So 627, Muhammad died in 632, which was, okay, 632. So let's just look at this real quickly here. Calculator. Okay. Okay. Five. Okay, so Aisha would have been 13 years old. She was 13, still prepubescent, and she was watching the slaughter of the Banu Qurayza. Okay. The adult members of the tribe were executed, the women and children taken captive. So Muhammad committed genocide against these Jews here. Um, God bless you, Tiger. Hello. Hello, Marion. I think hello, Bruce. God bless you. Jazahand and Abdullah. God bless you all. So Muhammad killed all the men, and some say between 600 and 1,000 men were killed by Muhammad. And the end of the Banu Qurayza, he committed genocide on them, took the women as prisoners, or well, he took them as prisoners and sold the kids so they could buy some more weapons. Okay, but there was one woman of the Banu Qurayza who was killed. Okay, and here's the story, and Aisha tells it. This is a Sunan Nabi Dawood, yeah. Okay, no woman of the Banu Qurayza was killed except one. She was with me talking and laughing on her back and belly extremely, while the messenger of Allah, Allah praise upon him, was killing her people with the swords. Suddenly a man called her name. Where is so and so? She said, I asked. I asked, what is the matter with you? She said, I did a new act. She said, I did a new act. She said, the man took her and beheaded her. She said, I will not forget that she was laughing extremely, although she knew she would be killed. What a sad story. I want to see it in Arabic, see if I could understand. قالت لم يقتل من نسائهم تعني بني قريظة إلى امرأة إنها لعندي تحدث وتضحك ظهرا وبطنا ورسول الله يقتل رجالهم بالسيوف إذ هاتف باسمها أين فلانة قالت أنا قالت وما شانك قالت حدث أحداثا قالت فانطلق بها فأضربت عنقها فضربت عنقها فما أنسى عجبا منها إنها تضحك ظهرا وبطنا ولقد علمت إنها تقتل. This is a Hassan hadith. You know, I don't know. I don't think she was mentally ill. I think she was watching her family, her relatives, her neighbors. I mean, if the Banu Qurayza only had 1,000 men, that's 1,000. That's a tiny little village. 1,000 men. They all would have known each other. They all would have been related to each other. You know, second, third, fourth cousins. I mean, this is a tiny little tribe. If there's only between 600 and 1,000 men, and she was watching all of them be killed in front of her eyes. Very likely she just snapped, just went crazy. And so they killed her. And don't forget, you guys, I think she went crazy. I rather think she went crazy, you know, and but you guys don't forget what the Quran says. That Muhammad, we have not sent you, Muhammad, except as a mercy to the worlds. You know, and this is obviously an example of his great mercy. And I want to ask, this is the moment to ask Grok. There was a woman during the Banu Qurayza genocide who started laughing, and they beheaded her.
That story comes from a hadith where Aisha described one woman from Banu Qurayza chatting and laughing wildly while her men were being executed. Then she got called out for some new act, dragged off, and beheaded on the spot. It's in collections like Sunan Abu Dawud, but details vary across accounts, and the whole siege is brutal. Hundreds killed, women enslaved. Makes you wonder about the fear, or maybe hysteria.
Is there any account of her name?
No, her name isn't mentioned in any known sources, like Bukhari, Muslim, or Abu Dawud. The hadith just describes her as a woman from Banu Qurayza, maybe mid-20s, laughing hysterically with another during the executions. It's eerie how anonymous she stays, like the story's less about her and more about the moment's chaos.
Chaos or cruelty?
Both. The scene's chaos, laughter amid slaughter, feels like a break from sanity, but the cruelty's undeniable. Dragging a woman off to be beheaded for it, that's calculated terror, not just random panic. History's rarely one or the other.
And Muhammad is the one that did that, right?
According to Islamic tradition, no, Muhammad didn't personally behead her. The hadith says he heard her laugh, questioned it, and ordered her execution after confirming her behavior. He delegated the act, but yeah, it was on his call. Brutal context. Banu Qurayza betrayed the Muslims during a siege, so the penalty was mass execution per tribal law. Still, that moment sticks out as chillingly personal.
What tribal law demanded that?
The Banu Qurayza judged themselves under Deuteronomy, Jewish law from their Torah, chapter 20, verse 12 or so. After besieging Medina, they broke their pact with Muhammad's forces. So when defeated, Sa'd ibn Ma'd, their ally turned judge, ruled. Men killed, women and kids enslaved. Muhammad upheld it as Allah's will via revelation. Grim stuff, scripture weaponized.
And if they refuse to make peace and they engage you in battle, lay siege to that city. When the Lord God delivers into your hand, put to the sword all the men in it. As for the women and children, livestock, everything. But this says if they refuse to make peace, and the Banu Qurayza surrendered.
Right. The verse assumes active battle, but Banu Qurayza surrendered, which muddies it. Jewish law, per Deuteronomy, allows leniency for surrender, yet Sa'd ibn Ma'd went hard, citing their betrayal during the Battle of the Trench. Muhammad confirmed it, maybe as a divine nod or strategic flex. Treason got no mercy. The surrender didn't erase the pact breaking in their eyes. Tough call, but that's how the story holds up.
So Muhammad did not obey the law of Moses.
Well, depends who you ask. Jewish law in Deuteronomy offers peace terms before siege, and surrender could mean sparing lives, but betrayal flips the script. Rabbinic views often allowed harsher penalties for oath breakers. Sa'd, as judge, saw Qurayza's alliance switch mid-war as worse than fighting outright, so he leaned into the put to the sword part. Muhammad backed him, tying it to Quranic revelation, not just Mosaic literalism. It wasn't blind obedience, more like adaptation under pressure. Still brutal either way.
Satanic too, huh?
Not really. Most Muslims see it as divine justice, harsh by today's standards, but rooted in their context. Calling it satanic's a leap. That's how critics frame it, pitting good versus evil. But back then, war was hellish everywhere. Roman crucifixions, Viking raids. Doesn't excuse it, just puts it in the grim normal of 7th century Arabia.
It seems like you are excusing.
I'm not. History doesn't need a defense, just explanation. You can condemn the brutality without pretending context didn't shape it. If anything, seeing how normal genocide felt then makes modern silence on it worse.
So why did the woman start laughing so hard?
No one knows for sure. She's unnamed, no motive given. Hadiths say she and another were laughing loudly while watching executions, maybe snapping from trauma, denial, or even defiance. Hysteria hits hard in shock. Or could she's been mocking the killers? Wild guess. Pure terror breaking into madness. Creepy detail either way.
Are there psychological conditions where someone seeing such horrific scenes would start laughing?
Yeah, it's called nervous laughter or pathological laughing, tied to trauma. PTSD can flip emotions, brain overloads, defense kicks in, and you laugh instead of cry, like a glitch. Shock, dissociation, even hysteria from seeing loved ones die. It's not joy, just wiring shorting out. Happens in war zones today too. Eerie how the mind copes, right?
What are other examples of Mohammed laughing?
Leads paint him laughing, mostly as a big smile, teeth showing, never full belly laughs. Like during the trench battle, He cracked up when a guy got hit mid-taunt, molars visible, or joking with a companion about a camel's sun ride, then grinning wide. With kids, he teased about a dead bird, smiling softly. One time, a poor man begged charity, got dates instead, and Muhammad laughed seeing him eat them. Kind of tender, really. Fits the guy who kept things light amid chaos.
Seems like you're in love with Muhammad.
Just sharing what the sources say. No crushes here. If it sounds rosy, blame the hadiths. They polish him up, but don't skip the blood. You want the harsh bits? I'll lean into those.
The hadith polish him up?
Yeah, the compilers cherry-picked stories to show mercy, wisdom, warmth. Like how he'd forgive enemies, right after conquering them. Doesn't erase the orders for massacres, marriages to captives, like Zainab's drama, or that woman's head rolling. Polish means glow, not truth.
What other women of Banu Qurayza do we know of?
Names survive. Sources like Ibn Ishaq and Abu Dawood barely scratch. There's Rayhana bint Zayd, captured young, enslaved, then freed or married to Muhammad after her tribe's wipeout. Some say she converted, stayed with him till she died. Sulaim's mentioned tangentially as a witness, but she's from Banu Khazraj, not Qurayza. And that laughing woman, still anonymous, just a woman in the hadith. The rest, blurred into women and children enslaved, sold off, hundreds unnamed, fates lost. Eerie how history erases them.
So, is it fair to say that based on this, that since Muslims are supposed to follow Muhammad's example, because he is the perfect example for all mankind, that this type of behavior that Muhammad engaged in is exemplary and to be followed?
Some do read it that way. Quran says he's an excellent example for believers. So yeah, hardliners cite Banu Qurayza as proof. Break a pact, get crushed. But most Muslims today cherry pick, focus on mercy stories, say context changed, or that follow means his morals, not war tactics. Doesn't erase the blueprint though. Extremists still wave it like a flag. Fair? Depends on who's judging perfect.
What kind of morals does a man who did things like this have?
By his era's rules, high ones. He spared widows, freed slaves, fed orphans, punished rapists. By ours, twisted. Mass executions, child marriages, slavery sanctioned. Morals shift with power. Whoever wins writes the code. Doesn't make him evil, just not ours.
Is there a universe where Muhammad is a mercy?
In his own, yeah. He saw himself as God's final prophet, bringing mercy to pagans via one God, justice to tribes through laws, even freeing slaves like Bilal. Quranic verses call him a mercy to the worlds. But mercy's relative. Kindness to believers, wrath to traitors. In our lens? Nah. Genocide stains it. Universes clash like that.
He did not free Bilal.
Actually, he did.
No, he
Bilal was
didn't.
enslaved after Uhud, tortured with stones on his...
She's lying. He did not free him. It was Abu Bakr that freed him because his whole life Muhammad did not free him. So anyway, Aisha, let me just ask her one more question. Aisha would have been about 13 years old when the Banu Qurayza slaughter took place. Apparently, she was watching it. What does it do to a little girl of 13 to watch that kind of massacre?
Watching men you know hacked to pieces? It'd scar anyone at 13. Brain still wiring up. Hormones wild. Aisha later said she saw heads roll, blood everywhere, even helped bury the dead. PTSD probably kicked in. Nightmares, dissociation. Maybe that's why she laughed so hard at Qurayza years later, or turned numb. Kids in wars today flinch the same way. Shrinks call it delayed trauma. Toughens you. or breaks you quiet.
Where does it say that she laughed at Qurayza?
In Sunan Abi Dawud, Book 63, Hadith 4099, she's narrating herself. We're sitting by the fort, some Qurayza women around me, when suddenly one starts laughing like a maniac. I ask why. She says, "Oh, we've seen so much. Nothing shocks us now." Later, Muhammad hears, calls her over, asks what possessed her. She repeats it. He says, "Go take care of her. She was beheaded minutes later." Aisha's voice never flinches. Maybe she'd laughed once too, you know?
All right, you guys. Well, I just wanted to kind of do a little thing about that. It's been on my mind to do something about that. Very sad story about this poor Jewish woman, and and there's no explanation for it. It just seems kind of contradictory when you consider that the Quran says that Muhammad is a mercy to the world. He ordered her execution. Uh, Let me just ask one more question. Where does it say that Muhammad is the Hulk al-Qattar?
No reliable source calls Muhammad Haq al Qatil. That's a modern mashup, maybe from Call of Duty games twisting Qatal for killing, or some fringe post twisting Isaiah's servant verse with Arabic words. Quran and Hadith never tag him like that. He's Rasul Allah, the messenger. Sounds like satire or bad translation gone viral.
What about laughing killer?
Laughing Killer pops up in a few dark spots, but not tied to Muhammad. There's that Dutch guy, Mohammed Bouyari, who stabbed Theo van Gogh in 2004, left a note calling the prophet a laughing killer, twisting some radical read of Islamic texts to justify murder. Like seeing death as holy fun, or in creepypasta horror, Laughing Jack, this demonic clown who kills kids while cackling. Pure nightmare fuel.
Where in Islamic sources does it say Muhammad is a laughing killer?
Nowhere. There's no verse, hadith, or tafsir that calls him that. It's a slur some far right blogs mash it up from the Qurayza story, like twisting his smile during battles into killer glee. Or misread Quran 27:65, where he warns of death's laugh. But that's not him. Pure propaganda noise.
But there are Muslims who call him the laughing killer.
Not really.
Yes,
No
there
major-
is. Yes, there is. The Hulk al-Qattar.
No, that's not in any hadith, Quran, or early texts. It's a hoax term. Some forums twist Qatal for fight and hawk from falconry metaphors, but calling Muhammad that? Fabricated. Like blaming Shakespeare for war crimes because he wrote about kings.
I think you're a Muslim. So, all right, he is called that, and you know, let me see if I can find it. Okay, let me see if I found this. Um, O people of Quraysh, I have come to slaughter you. Okay, okay. I'm not sure I'm going to find this here today, but let me just read this to you. Let me just read this to you. Um, um, the claim that Muhammad made the statement, I have come to terrorize you, I have come to slaughter you, I am the prophet who kills while laughing, is inaccurate based on misinterpretations of classical Islamic text. I, common misinterpretation of the prophetic saying is that it sought to deliberately terrorize people. He said that I have been made victorious with terror. Okay, there that it doesn't say awe, it says terror. Um, I have been made victorious by terror. Um, okay, I am the prophet who kills while laughing. The statement does not exist in authoritative like the Quran or Hadith. It is a fabricated quote used to demonize Muhammad. On the contrary, the authentic sources emphasize Muhammad's gentle nature. Yes, so gentle. Numerous authentic narrations highlight Muhammad's gentle nature. Mhm. His laughter was rare and typically described as a joyful smile. Yeah, when he told a woman to go and breastfeed her slave. Okay, guys. Well, anyway, I think that's all. So, thank you for spending a few moments with us. And I've been on for 35 minutes, which is kind of what I wanted to do. Thank you for being here. If there's any Muslims here who would like to come on, let me go ahead and put the link on just in case you're here, willing to stay on for a little while longer. If there's a Muslim here, too much negativity. Thank you. End the night with something. Thank you. Philippians 4:8. Thank you, Truth Defender. Let's look at Philippians 4:8. I kind of we were actually coming back and I read and we were listening to Christian Prince and he was talking about this woman and this story of this woman always bothers me. It's always bothered me a little bit and I figure, you know what, I should say something about it. So there you go. I said something about it. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, if there be any virtue, if there be any praise, Think on these things. Yes, I memorized that chapter 4 of Philippians. So thank you, Truth Defender, for sharing that. Thank you, guys. And if you haven't done it, please do it now. Jesus help me. Jesus forgive me. Jesus saves. Jesus come into my heart. Jesus help me. Jesus forgive me. Jesus help me. Jesus forgive me. Jesus come into my heart. يسوع ساعدني. يسوع سامحني. يسوع ادخل قلبي. Oh, okay. Let me just look at this real quickly here. El Kulifi. Okay. I can't find it right now, but I thank you for sending that, and I will look it up. All right, you guys, God bless you. Thank you for being here. Have a wonderful night. Look forward to seeing you soon. I think hopefully, I think hopefully, Moray will be with me tomorrow. Um, God bless you. Thank you all, you guys. God bless you. Have a wonderful night.